case was already closed. Dark vintage jazz finale, low brass piano bass, building to full ensemble. At 9 the badgers entered with the daylight, shaking water from their coats onto the floor. They asked about a woman with no surname. They asked who I had seen beside the door. They photographed the glass upon the counter, measured every footprint by the wall. They stood around the silence of table 7, as if silence would confess to them at all. I polished every answer till it glistened. I gave them only what they thought they knew. A bartender survives by hearing everything and choosing which small portion might be true. The case was already closed before the questions had begun, before the rain erased the footprints, before the headlines met the sun. They filed the truth in shadows where nobody ever goes. By the time they asked the bartender, the case was already closed. They found a gray hat near the Northern Railway, found a suitcase with a photograph destroyed. They found a name inside a station ledger, but the room beside the name had been left void. The afternoon edition called her missing. The evening called the detective overdue. By Sunday both had faded from the papers. The city found another lie to print as true. They said the woman probably left the country. They said the detective must have crossed a line. They wrote conclusions clean enough for filing and left the inconvenient parts behind. The case was already closed before the questions had begun, before the rain erased the footprints, before the headlines met the sun. They filed the truth in shadows where nobody ever goes. By the time they asked the bartender, the case was already closed. 3 weeks later came a postcard with no date and no return. A cheap blue picture of a harbor where the evening sunlight burned. On the back, in careful letters, were the only words it showed. The northbound left without us, tell the city we were slow. I placed the card beside the nameless letter, in the drawer beneath the bottle no one buys. I poured 2 drinks and carried them to 7, raised 1 glass to clever alibis. Perhaps they found a town without a winter. Perhaps they changed their faces and their clothes. Perhaps the truth is less important than the doorway that opens when a man decides it's closed. The case was already closed before the final page was signed, before they sent the watchers northward, before the lovers crossed the line. Let the law keep its conclusions, let the rain conceal the road. By the time they asked the bartender, the case was already closed. Now the midnight brings a stranger and the rain begins to fall. seven, though nobody sits at all. Some endings need no witness, some names are safer lost. I keep the postcard with the letter, and the case stays closed. Nobody sat at table 7. Smoky jazz waltz, bliver bass clarinet, brushed snare. Table 7 waited underneath the staircase, where the light had never learned to settle right. A velvet chair, a candle, and 2 glasses, though the book showed no reservation that night. I had meant to clear the setting before closing, but something made me leave it as it stood. Maybe tables keep the shape of old intentions. Maybe silence has a memory of wood. Nobody sat at table 7. Still I heard the leather sigh. Still the candle leaned towards someone, when there wasn't any draft nearby. At 11 past 11, every lamp turned cold and blue. Nobody sat at table 7, but the chair was warm at 2. When the woman entered, rain across her shoulders. She looked nowhere else before she looked back there. For a second all the color left her features, like she recognized the outline of the chair. She asked whether someone had been waiting. I told her no one had been through all night. Then a glass upon the table gave a shiver, and the candle briefly doubled in the light. Nobody sat at table 7. Still I heard the leather sigh. Still the candle leaned towards someone, when there wasn't any draft nearby. At 11 past 11, every lamp turned cold and blue. Nobody sat at table 7, but the chair was warm at 2. Some tables hold a promise, some tables hold a debt. Some remember every hand that their owners would forget. Some are only cloth and timber. Some keep secrets from the living. Some are waiting for forgiveness. No one has the nerve to give them. When carried both the glasses to the kitchen. One was empty, one was full as when I poured. There were ashes in the spotless silver ashtray, and a wet black footprint pointed toward the door. I stopped asking what had happened in that corner. Questions only make the shadows more untrue. Now I leave one candle burning after midnight, and one chair turned toward the avenue. Nobody sits at table 7. Still I hear the leather sigh. Still the candle bends towards someone, when there wasn't any draft nearby. At 11 past 11, every lamp turned cold and blue. Nobody sat at table 7, but the chair was warm at 2. Nobody sat at table 7. Smoky jazz waltz. Table 7, table 7. Table 7 waited underneath the staircase, where the light had never learned to settle right. A velvet chair, a candle, and 2 glasses. Though the book showed no reservation that night, I had meant to clear the setting before closing, but something made me leave it as it stood. Maybe tables keep the shape of old intentions. Maybe silence has a memory of wood. Nobody sat at table 7. Still I heard the leather sigh. Still the candle leaned towards someone, when there wasn't any draft nearby. At 11 past 11, every lamp turned cold and blue. Nobody sat at table 7, but the chair was warm at 2. When the woman entered, rain across her shoulders, she looked nowhere else.
5 o'clock, the bakers light their ovens. Taxi tires whisper through the rain. A nurse walks home beneath a yellow awning. A gambler swears he'll never play again. On the rooftops, pigeons wait for morning. In the harbor, tired engines groan. Every window keeps a private little heartbeat. Every shadow thinks it walks alone. But listen to the pipes beneath the pavement. Listen to the rails beneath the stone. A million lives are breathing through the darkness. The city never sleeps alone. The city never sleeps alone. Every window keeps a flame. Every alley holds a footstep. Every raindrop knows a name. From the rooftop to the subway, from the harbor to the stone. You may close your eyes at midnight, but the city never sleeps alone. A lonely trumpet rises from a basement. A radio replies across the block. Two lovers share a doorway by the station, while an old man winds a broken pocket watch. Behind the courthouse, papers wait for judgment. Behind the church, a child is heading home. Behind the bar, a man turns down the lamplight and wonders where the missing people go. The gutters keep the rhythm of the rainfall. The traffic hums a weary baritone. The buildings trade their secrets through the cables. The city never sleeps alone. The city never sleeps alone. Every window keeps a flame. Every alley holds a footstep. Every raindrop knows a name. From the rooftop to the subway, from the harbor to the stone. You may close your eyes at midnight, but the city never sleeps alone. One room holds a celebration. One room holds a final breath. One hand writes a love confession. One hand signs a quiet death. One train carries false directions. One road leads the lost back home. Every life becomes a lantern, though it swears it burns alone. The city never sleeps alone. Every window keeps a flame. Every alley holds a footstep. Every raindrop knows a name. When the final bar is closing and the first train starts to groan, you may think the night has left you, but the city never sleeps alone. Somewhere in the rain, the city hums your name. Wipe the ring her bourbon left beside her. Turn the empty glass beneath the amber light.
Stacked the chairs and covered up the piano. Pulled the curtains on the remnants of the night. The smoke had thinned, the rain had nearly ended. The final candle trembled, then declined. But Jasmine moved like music through the shadows. Her perfume stayed behind. Her perfume stayed behind. After footsteps left the floor, soft as smoke around the mirror, like she'd walk back through the door. I washed the glass, I killed the light. I turned the final sign. But her perfume stayed behind, like a memory that wasn't mine. It rested on the velvet at table 7, in the hallway where she paused before she ran. It followed me from bottle to decanter, like a question only loneliness could understand. It wasn't mine to miss her, I had known her for the length of one unfinished glass of wine. But some absences select their own witnesses. Her perfume stayed behind. Her perfume stayed behind. After footsteps left the floor, soft as smoke around the mirror, like she'd walk back through the door. I washed the glass, I killed the light. I turned the final sign. But her perfume stayed behind, like a memory that wasn't mine. Some people leave a photograph, some people leave a scar, some leave unpaid promises and fingerprints upon the bar. She left no name, no final word, no reason I could find, only jasmine mixed with rainfall and a shadow in my mind. By morning sunlight reached across the bottles and made the room look smaller than before. The city spoke in ordinary voices. A milk truck rattled past the kitchen door. Still when I turned, I almost saw her standing where the darkness met the old Venetian blind. The night had taken everything about her, but her perfume stayed behind. Her perfume stayed behind. wasn't mine. By noon, the room was empty. I could still find her in the air. She left it underneath the drink she never tasted, an envelope as pale as winter rain. Across the front, in letters small and careful, for the man who comes asking where I've been. She said if he returns before the morning, give it to him, do not break the seal. But if the clock above the bar strikes 2 times, read it once, and then decide what's real. To the room was empty. The northbound ticket waited in my hand. I opened what the night had left behind it and read the words I still don't understand. A letter without a name, folded thin and pale, with midnight in the margin and a northbound line by rail. No address to return to, no witness left to blame, just a truth afraid to sign itself in a letter without a name. The first line said, "The man beneath the station has been following my footsteps for a week. He knows the code, the train, the time of leaving. He knows your face, but not the truth you seek." The second said, "The northbound is a false trail. Let him board it, let him think I've gone." The third line had been blurred beneath a teardrop. "I loved you longer than I should have done." A letter without a name, folded thin and pale, with midnight in the margin and a northbound line by rail. No address to return to, no witness left to blame, just a truth afraid to sign itself in a letter without a name. Let the train go without me, let the watcher take the bait. If you love me, don't come after. If you trust me, come too late. There are doors beneath the city that the guilty never find. Burn the map and keep the memory. Leave the rest of me behind. I could hear the final train beyond the rooftops, its whistle cutting through the sleeping town. folded every warning back inside it, and placed the nameless letter farther down. Behind the bottle nobody ever ordered, beneath the drawer that never opened straight, where bartenders keep photographs and promises, and all the words that reach the world too late. A letter without a name, still hidden from the day, with a heart between the sentences and a train that rolled away. No address to return to, no witness left to blame, only one man guarding every word. In a letter without a name. Was watching the door, tense detective jazz, walking bass, muted trumpet, restrained drums, low piano. He arrived before the evening band had started, chose the darkest booth against the wall. He ordered nothing stronger than cold water, then never raised the glass to drink at all. His hat concealed the upper half of his face, his coat concealed whatever lay beneath. He watched the entrance through the smoky mirror and counted every stranger like a thief. He did not move when laughter filled the room. He did not blink when someone crossed the floor. But every time the hinges made a sound, his right hand disappeared beneath his coat. Someone was watching the door from a booth where the lamplight was poor. He never drank, he never spoke, just disappeared beneath his smoke. Whenever the old hinges cried, his fingers tightened and held still. Someone was watching the door, and someone outside was watching him. Across the street beneath the closed theater, a second figure waited in the rain. I saw him only backward in the mirror, then lost him when the tram rolled through again. The woman saw the watcher in the corner. The watcher saw her recognize his face. Neither showed the other they had noticed. That is how professionals leave a place. I reached beneath the bar and found the breaker, placed one finger on the hallway light. The piano player held a single minor, and every conversation died. Someone was watching the door from a booth where the lamplight was poor. He never drank, he never spoke, just disappeared beneath his smoke. Whenever the old hinges cried, his fingers tightened and held still. Someone was watching the door, and someone outside was watching him. Then the whole room fell
to darkness. Someone cursed, a bottle broke. There were footsteps by the kitchen. There was movement in the smoke. When the amber lamps came back again, the corner booth was bare. The glass of water hadn't moved, but the man was nowhere there. Wet footprints crossed the hallway toward the cellar. Dry footprints ended halfway to the street. The second watcher vanished from the theater. All that remained was rain and passing feet. I locked the door and turned the hanging signboard, but watched the mirror till the sky grew dim. Someone had been watching the doorway. Someone else had been watching him. Someone was watching the door. Someone was watching the street. Someone was counting the minutes. Someone was hiding the beat. They thought the shadows kept them unseen. Thought silence answered every doubt. Someone was watching the door, and I was watching them both.
At 4:45, the locks were almost fastened when the door moved open softly with the rain. The detective stood there older than the evening, with a torn coat and a new line through his face. He removed his hat and laid it on the counter, took the stool he'd left the night before, said, "Pour me what the woman never finished, then tell me whether she came through that door." I set her untouched bourbon down before him. He watched the amber catch the failing night. He asked me if she took the Northern Railway. I said no, and something in his eyes came back to life. One last drink before dawn, let the dark go quietly on, to the things we couldn't save, to the names we never gave. When the blue begins to climb and the truth runs out of time, pour it slow, then let it be gone. One last drink before dawn. I brought the nameless letter from its hiding, placed it carefully beside his glass of rye. He read the opening, then stopped before the ending, like the final words were more than he could buy. He asked, did the man in gray take the northbound? I said he followed what she left behind. The detective gave a tired little smile then. She was always 2 moves ahead of mine. One last drink before dawn, let the dark go quietly on to the things we couldn't save, to the names we never gave. When the blue begins to climb and the truth runs out of time, pour it slow, then let it be gone. One last drink before dawn. He raised the glass to women who keep running, to the fools who love them anyway, to the men who mistake possession for devotion, to the doors that open only when we walk away. Then he raised it to the bartenders who know when not to speak, to the ones who guard a secret when the secret guards the weak. The morning spread its blue across the bottles. The city shook the darkness from its coat. He folded up the letter, left the payment, and placed a southern timetable with the note. He said, "You never saw me here this morning." I said, "You never finished what I poured." He put his hat on, stepped into the daylight, and disappeared beyond the door. One last drink before dawn, for the night that carried on, for the life she left behind, for the road he hoped to find. When the blue begins to climb and forgiveness takes its time, pour it slow, then let it be gone. One last drink before dawn. He left the glass exactly where it had been before. He arrived before the weather turned against us, hat pulled low and collar to his chin. He chose the stool that faced the front door mirror, where he could watch whoever wandered in. I poured the rye before he had to ask me. He came each Thursday, always drank it slow. But that night he kept his fingers on the tumbler, like the glass knew something he was meant to know. He wrote a number on a paper matchbook, then struck the final match and watched it flare. He asked me if a woman had been waiting. Dark coat, red lips, rain inside her hair. The detective's empty glass kept a shadow in the shine. One last circle on the counter, one last question in the ride. No confession, no goodbye, only rain against the brass. All the answers sat in silence in the detective's empty glass. At 11:40, someone called the payphone. He listened, but he never said a word. The band was playing something low and broken. Still, I swear his heartbeat could be heard. He left a silver dollar by the bottle, pulled his hat down farther as he passed, said, "Keep my place, I won't be gone till morning." But he left behind his half-unfinished glass. Through the window I could see him cross the pavement, then disappear where street and shadow met. A black car rolled away without its headlights. I haven't heard that engine stop yet. The detective's empty glass kept a shadow in the shine. One last circle on the counter, one last question in the ride. No confession, no goodbye, only rain against the brass. All the answers sat in silence in the detective's empty glass. Every glass becomes a witness to the hand that holds it tight. Every fingerprint's a story till a cloth erases night. But I left his where he'd left it, with the whiskey and the past. Sometimes what a man abandons is the only truth that lasts. The detective's empty glass caught the first pale edge of day, like a lighthouse for a sailor who had somehow lost his way. No confession, no goodbye, only dawn against the press, and a room full of unanswered things in the detective's empty glass. I didn't wash it clean until the rain had passed. He arrived before the weather turned against us. Hat pulled low and collar to his chin. He chose the stool that faced the front door mirror, where he could watch whoever wandered in. I poured the rye before he had to ask me. He came each Thursday, always drank it slow. But that night he kept his fingers on the tumbler, like the glass knew something he was meant to know. He wrote a number on a paper matchbook, then struck the final match and watched it flare. He asked me if a woman had been waiting. Dark coat, red lips, rain inside her hair. The detective's empty glass kept a shadow in the shine. One last circle on the counter, one last question in the rye. No confession, no goodbye, only rain against the brass. All the answers sat in silence in the detective's empty glass. At 11:40, someone called the payphone. He listened, but he never said a word. The band was playing something low and broken. Still, I swear his heartbeat could be heard. He left a silver dollar by the bottle, pulled his hat down farther as he passed, said, "Keep my place, I won't be gone till morning." But he left behind his half unfinished glass. Through the window I could see him cross the pavement, then disappear where street and shadow met. A black car rolled away without its headlights. I haven't heard that engine stop yet. The detective's empty glass kept a shadow in the shine. One last circle on the counter, one last question in the rye. No confession, no goodbye, only rain against the brass. All the answers sat in silence in the detective's empty glass. Every glass becomes a witness to the hand that holds it tight. Every fingerprint's a story till a cloth erases night. But I left his where he'd left it, with the whiskey and the past. Sometimes what a man abandons is the only truth that lasts. The detective's empty glass caught the first pale edge of day, like a lighthouse for a sailor,
had somehow lost his way. No confession, no goodbye, only dawn against the press, and a room full of unanswered things in the detective's empty glass. I didn't wash it clean until the rain had passed.